After years of grinding, every skill maxed, every quest complete, I did what anyone else would do. Start an Iron Man. The Iron Man journey is ongoing, and quite frankly, never ending. But that account has reached horizons this one never did. At that point, is this account really a main? This isn't a fresh start, this is a comeback story. Welcome to Main Character Energy. Previously, we completed While Guthic Sleeps, giving us access to Tormented Synapses and the Demon Bane weapons, which is very crucial in our quest to get Radiant Oathplate. Being a normal account, we have the freedom to buy the Tormented Synapses from the Grand Exchange if we so choose, but I wanted to meet in the middle, get myself one Tormented Synapse from the GE, and then try to farm one or two more. Or at the very least, do one or two greater demons tasks at Tormented Demons and see if we can get lucky. I wanted to make sure to do this on task, but along the way we found ourselves with another task, a Fire Giants task, which ultimately led us to the Royal Titans and the combat achievements there. One of our side goals along the way to Radiant Oathplate is to re-obtain the Master Tier combat achievements. Well, that's unfortunate. TP'd out, got a collection log, but didn't pick it up. It's just Iron Boots though. Kind of funny, with how old this account is, we finally get an Iron Boots collection log. Goes to show that I've never done tutorial skipping before, so here we are now. Just finished a little Cave Slimes task to skip our previous task, whatever it was, I don't actually remember. But we went back to Curdell and we picked up a Cow Fight task. I have no interest in doing it, so I'm back at Aya here to skip it. However, unfortunately, I can't because Cow Fights are both at Curdell's Slayer list and Aya's. So what I'm going to do here is actually for Aya specifically, I'm going to block Cow Fights. Now in the past, I've blocked Cow Fights in general before block lists were specific to the Slayer Masters. But it looks like I'm going to have to burn some extra points here to block Cow Fights with Aya. That's going to cost 40 points, but I think it's going to be worth it. In my quest for a Greater Demons task, we've had no luck, unfortunately. However, we have stumbled upon a Fire Giants task, 189. We're here at the Royal Titans, and for multiple reasons. We're here for the combat achievements, as well as the prayer upgrades. Well, it's not exactly a full upgrade, as obviously on this account, we already have Rigor and Augury, but the upgrades for Eagle Eye and Mystic Might are very useful even on a maxed account. So we're going to be going after that today, as well as glogging the combat tasks, which hopefully won't take too long. We've never been to Royal Titans before on this account at all, so we have our work cut out for us at the Royal Titans task. There are 11 of these, but we do have the Grandmaster himself, Mr. Peppy Doom, here to help us out. Because I have a Fire Giants task here, I'm going to primarily be focusing on the Fire Queen. I'm just going to be camping my Slayer Helm, so if I hit the Ice boss, it's not quite as efficient. Just a minor detail though. And the first task we're going after here is simply the 15 KC task. I'm actually taking a ton of damage here. I honestly don't really remember how this encounter goes. Absolute ton of damage being taken, so I'm just gonna go ahead and blow pipes back. I did bring my Amulet of Blood Fury as well. Peppy also does not remember how this boss works. Okay, I do know we're supposed to step on this portal though. Well, before we went in here, we made the decision to go for the 15 KC without leaving task first, and that is probably a good call considering we don't know how to do this boss, evidently. Oh, just got a combat task on the first one anyways. Royal Titan Speed Runner. I believe we need to get a sub 115 to get speed. Wait, or is that it, actually? Is that it? Are we just that good? We're just that good. The time is a 130. Okay. So besides the prayers, there's also the elemental staff, and I don't know, maybe a chance at the pet would be nice. So a lot of goodies we can get from here. Despite being an endgame player doing an early game boss, lots of goodies for us. Potentially anyways. Another combat achievement. I don't even know what that one is actually. Elemental Company? What is that? Kill the Royal Titans without attacking any elementals. Well, I never did that in the first place, so I don't know. Maybe I did slay some by accident with my scythe. The AoE attack. Another combat task completed. I need room. That is gonna be... Kill the Royal Titans without extinguishing all fires and melting all icicles before they dissipate naturally. I don't even know how that happened. We just got it. Oh, and we get a collection log. Desiccated pages. Now, desiccated pages, I believe, you can turn those pages into anything you want. Whether that's fire, like the burnt pages for the Tome of Fire, or the soaked pages for the Tome of Water, or even the earth pages for from Huey Caudle. So for Iron Man, it's like a nice consistent way of getting pages. Just got a new PB of 55 seconds, so much quicker than our previous PB. We're getting into the flow of things now. We are currently working on the 15 KC in one trip combat task, and it's very easy to keep count for us because this is the first ever time we're here at Royal Titans on this account. So we're 6 KC in, 9 more to go. Royal Titan Champion, I believe that is just for 10 KC. Well, we just got perfect Royal Titans on our way to the 15 KC trip, just complete by accident. So that's one less CA to worry about now. The perfect task is, well, you can usually find a perfect task at every boss that you do, and it's always very satisfying to accidentally do that. Just finished the 14th KC here, so one more. 35 health, no food, but our trusty Amulet of Blood Fury. Surely this is going to be fine. You know, for good measure, we're going to blow pipes back here just to get a little health back. I think we got 6 back there. Oh, Blood Fury puts us back above 50 health. We're going to be okay. Surely nothing catastrophically goes wrong between now and the end of this KC. And final swing here. There it is. Titan Killer. 15 KC. Whole bunch of loot on the ground that I don't even have space for. And going after just the one combat task here, we managed to pick up 5 other ones along the way. So now we just have 5 tasks remaining here at Royal Titans. Some of them we're probably going to have to do 1 KC trips. For example, 1 by 1. Well, actually that one's not too bad. The better example is No Time to Pray, where we intentionally have to not use any prayer, or at least not lose any prayer points. So we're going to take a lot of chip damage from that one, but that one should be fairly easy to do. We'll just need more food. There is a amulet that drops from the bosses called the Giant Soul Amulet, which puts you directly to the boss just outside. It is actually a meta to use the Giant Soul Amulet and something like the Narda teleport with the Desert Amulet 4 to just TP out in between KCs. Unfortunately, so far we don't have the amulet yet. So here I am making the run back, which isn't terrible, but it's not exactly quick either. So for this next trip, we're going to be tackling 2 combat achievements at once here. First one being No Prayer, No Time to Pray. And the other one we're going to try at the same time is 1 by 1, kill 1 Titan at a time without attacking the other. We're going to be focusing down the ice one, and then dealing with the fire one afterwards. I used prayer. Right away, instinctively, I turned on my prayer, my offensive prayer, so... Well, I guess we'll be going after the 1 at a time. And we might as well use our prayer now. The classic, enter and instantly fail the combat achievement. 1 by 1, complete. We instantly failed the no prayer one just out of habit, but at least we got that one out the way. Oh, and we get the Mystic Vigor Prayer Scroll. That is a huge spoon right there. Let's go ahead and read that right away. That's going to upgrade our Mystic Might into Mystic Vigor. Oh, and it spawned. Okay. For the next KC, we're going to not use any prayer. But Mystic Vigor Prayer Scroll, that is an absolute spoon. We don't even have a Giant Soul Amulet yet, so... Wow. There it is. No Time to Pray. Now that we have the Mystic Vigor Prayer Scroll, or the prayer in general, we're now going to start pulling from Eldrick the Ice King here, as each respective boss I mean, it's one boss KC, but obviously it's two bosses in there. Branda gives the Mystic Vigor Prayer, and Eldritch gives the other one, which the name eludes me right now. The range prayer in question is Deadeye. Did I not get it? Maybe pull the loot real quick? Oh, Giant Soul Amulet. At least that is a consolation prize. We now have the teleport. If I'm not mistaken, we need to put Big Bones and Law Runes in it. A claw scratch here. Get it. There we go. Then we'll get ready for it. Go, 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 go! There we go. There was a very specific timing on that combat achievement. It takes too long. It's before it fully charges up. So if you let a slam attack out, that is too late. That just leaves us with 2 more combat achievements to do, or tasks to do. Let them fight, kill the Royal Titans while having them kill a total of 10 elementals, and then the 25 KC one. For this 10 elemental one, basically we just have to slow it down and let the bosses do its thing. How does this combat achievement work? I gotta say, yeah, I gotta say we're probably good. So let's just do the actual boss now. Oh. Okay. Okay. Well, I didn't get a fail message. I'm gonna try and finish the boss here and see if it counts. I don't understand this combat task. Yes, we did it. Let them fight. Okay. That was very, very awkward. We spent like over 5 minutes just walking around. But we got it done. All that remains is kill the Royal Titans 25 times. We're now at 23 KC. So we're right there. Here we go, 25th KC, and that is Royal Titans combat achievements, green-logged. Can we get a spoon? Nope, we get 64 blood runes instead. That is Royal Titans combat achievements completed. Again, our main goal here is to get a Greater Demons task to try and start doing some Tormented Demons so we can get a Synapse. But unfortunately, that just hasn't happened. The time has finally arrived. Finally, a Greater Demons task. 218 of them. I might even bust out the Slaughter Bracelets just to extend this task even more. So it definitely took us a while to get a Greater Demons task. We got sidetracked by a whole bunch of other Slayer tasks, from Araxor to the more recent Royal Titans grind for the combat achievements. But we can finally start grinding Tormented Demons. We have ourselves the Arclight in our inventory here. And we're going to be upgrading this to the Emberlight. Now, because we're a main account and not an Iron Man, I'm just going to head on over to the GE right now and buy myself 1 Tormented Synapse. Now, how much does it cost these days? 25 mil, give or take. 26 maybe? Okay. Now, I believe we have to go speak to Kuradel first. But yeah, being a main account, we have the luxury of buying items, and luckily we had enough GP to buy 1 Tormented Synapse. The goal here is we're going to try to get 1, maybe 2, depending on how the grind goes. 1 or 2 more Tormented Synapses, and then maybe even the Burning Claws along the way. That would be very, very ideal, so I don't have to purchase those. And then, well, obviously we need the Tormented Synapse Sis, plural, for our ultimate goal of getting Radiant Oathplate. So we have to talk to Kuradel because I believe her father, Duradel, left behind a book that teaches us about the Tormented Synapses and the upgraded weapons. So, yep, there we go. Duradel's notes. We're going to read those real quick. We actually gained a little bit of Slayer EXP from that, which is nice. And then now we may have to go to an anvil. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, look, it's me. So not only do we need to be at an anvil with a hammer, but we actually also need to put these ancient shards into our Arclight to either have 100% infusion or 10,000 charges in it, I believe. There we go. Now we simply use the Synapse on the anvil, and we're going to be making the Emberlight. There we go. Now, in an ideal situation, we're going to end up with a Purging Staff and a Scorching Bow as well. These things will obviously help at Yama, but if we're looking a little bit further ahead, they're also going to help at the Doom of Mocha. Here's going to be our setup for grinding some Tormented Demons. We're on task, so obviously we have the Slayer helmet. I did take the liberties of swapping out my Vorkath helmet with the KBD one, the King Black Dragons one. It fits a little bit better, looks a little less goofy. We're pretty much in our max melee setup that we have available to us, but with the Ember Light. And then, as far as our other attack style goes, we're going to be ranging using the Twisted Bow. So we got a little 6-way switch here. We have Dragon Claws for spec, and we are bringing the Elder Maw for the special heavy hit mechanic. The rest of the inventory, well, it's just teleports to get there, Thralls, and Death Charge, which we are actually missing Death Runes, which I'll need to replace in the rune pouch here, actually. I did buy some Aether Runes, which are a combination rune of Soul Runes and Cosmics, so I can actually get rid of these Cosmics. I'm going to fix that before I go there. These should be Death Runes. And then just restores and food. Made my way to the Tormented Demons. We're just at a location with one Tormented Demon. That's going to be good enough for me for right now. I'm just chilling, getting started, getting warmed up. In the meantime, though, let's talk about the drop rates here. The Tormented Synapse is a 1 in 500, whereas the Burning Claws are a 1 in 501. So, in all honesty, with our task of 218, we really shouldn't be expecting any drops, but we'll see if we can get lucky. 1 KC in, we get Unending Torment. I'm pretty sure that's just getting one simple KC. The drops here at Tormented Demons, the regular loot anyways, is not very interesting. So, if you're looking to make money at Tormented Demons, you better hope you get lucky with the uniques being the Burning Claws and the Tormented Synapse, because the regular loot is really not going to net you any profit. Right now in our inventory, we got a Grimy Dwarfweed, a Manta Ray, a Dragon Dagger, and we just got another Manta Ray. So we established that the regular loot here is unfortunately pretty abysmal. However, the Slayer EXP here is absolutely insane. Every Tormented Demon is well over 1000 Slayer EXP per KC. So imagine being a mid-game player here because, well, you know, greater demons don't exactly have a high requirement. And actually, while Gothic Sleeps does not have a lot of requirements either. So if you're looking to gain a ton of Slayer EXP, Tormented Demons is not a bad option. Although, I will, continue to flip-flop and weigh the pros and cons here. Another con is that obviously if you're doing Tormented Demons, you're not going to get any superiors, meaning no Imbued Heart Chance or Eternal Gem, whatever rare Slayer item you might be after. Occasionally Tormented Demons will drop something like this Smoldering Pile of Flesh. For this one, the flesh is actually some food, so that will help you extend your trip just a little bit. There is another drop, the Heart, I believe, which is a stat boost, a combat stat boost. And then there's also another one, which the name escapes me right now, but that one is like a prayer regeneration. So occasionally there is a nice little bonus to help you with your trip. Ooh, we get our first collection log here, Gothixian Temple Teleports. Just as its namesake, it is a teleport scroll that gets us right here to the Tormented Demons. Otherwise, it is a little bit of a run. Just came back from the bank, and the middle spot here in the temple is open. This is a spot with 2 Tormented Demons, and technically, if I wanted to, I could attack both at the same time. It is a multi-combat zone. I'm not going to do that though, but I am going to take advantage of 2 being here so that I don't have to wait for the respawn times. The respawn times aren't incredibly high, but it is still downtime where you could be attacking another Tormented Demon. And over the course of hundreds of KCs, that's going to be a bit of a time save. So I'll come to this middle here whenever it is open, but if another person shows up, I mean, we'll just go back to our solo spot, I suppose. But whenever the spot is open, I'm going to take full advantage of it. And coming into the second trip here, I've also made another decision. In the bulk of the first trip, I was actually flicking my offensive prayers, conserving my prayer to the best of my abilities, and that's going to be a lot of effort. And I realized being on a main account, I can simply just buy more super restores, buy more prayer potions, so I'm not going to worry too much about it, even if it shortens my trip slightly, and I have to make more trips. But I think the effort level and just, like me being lazy, that's going to be a worthwhile trade-off. I want to give it my best go here to at least hit the drop rate for 1 Tormented Synapse, and then we'll just have to see if we end up getting one or not. But me playing a main account instead of an Iron Man right now, really a test of my own will, I suppose, my own discipline on whether or not I can stay and grind it out versus just buying what I need. We'll see how this goes. But right now we're only 19 KC in. And again, the drop rate for a Tormented Synapse is a 1 in 500. Just got another combat task through Fire and Flames. Tormented Demons do have a decent amount of combat achievements to do. So we're going to be getting a few free points along the way, one step closer to Master Tier once again. I don't think I'm really going to go out of my way to do the ones that are, well, out of the way. But I am going to take the absolute free ones that we're going to end up getting here just by simply doing and farming Tormented Demons like usual. Oh my god, last KC of the trip here. Just the second trip, by the way. We get a Burning Claw collection log. You know what? Just for that, we're going to celebrate. Being a main, again, we have the freedom to do what we want. So, you know what? Getting this Burning Claw piece, we're going to go buy another piece. That way we have a full set of the Burning Claws, the usable set. I mean, these things don't cost that much, anyways. I could have afforded it from the get-go, but it's actually pretty satisfying to get the collection log, combine them together, and we get the Burning Claws. And Burning Claws are Demon Bane, so I'm going to put away the Dragon Claws because the Burning Claws are the better option, actually. That was just KC number 36, by the way, so we still got 182 on task, and I suppose in getting a drop so early, we have a good chance of getting another one before the task is said and done. Another trip and another little adjustment. We went ahead and brought the Ash Sanctifier. Honestly, I kind of forgot about it on this account. In fact, I wasn't even sure if I had it, but if we just go and check it, go ahead and check our achievement diaries, we do have, I believe it is the Karen and Kabos one. That is for the Ash Sanctifier, if I'm not mistaken. That or Mauritania, but I'm pretty sure it's the Karen one. But yeah, we have the Ash Sanctifier. I did have to put death runes in it, charges in it. It was completely empty, which begs the question, did I ever use this in the past? I don't know. I definitely made use of it on the Iron Man, but this account, logging back into this account, it's all a mystery. Obviously, I've had my stints. When I went for Blorva, obviously I logged back in, did Desert Treasure 2, and focused on the Awakened bosses. But in terms of actively playing this account, I haven't played this in many, many years. Oh, and of course I also logged back in for the Quiver. But fun fact, when I first went for the Quiver at Colosseum, I was practicing and trying to get the cape first on the main, and my first ever Soul Heritage KC was a double death. So I got the KC and the combat task, but I did not get the Quiver. So that was honestly pretty tragic, but luckily these days across multiple accounts, I have like 20 Colosseum KC, so I definitely got my get back on Soul Heritage. I believe the start of our task was 218 Greater Demons. Here we are working on the final one of the task. Ever since the Burning Claw pull, it's actually been pretty quiet after the fact. But again, going back to the drop rates, the Burning Claw is a 1 in 501, and the Tormented Synapse is a 1 in 500. So kind of unreasonable to expect anything. In fact, it was very, very fortunate that we did get a Burning Claw. But the question is, can we just get a little bit luckier? That's the task completed. And we get some Chaos Rings. Alright, let's get out of here. After a few money tasks and a whole lot of skipping, we finally found ourselves with another Greater Demons task. 233 of them. I don't believe this is going to put us on rate, so again, we just hope we have to get lucky. Alright, we've really locked in here and we're already halfway through our Greater Demons task here at Tormented Demons. Unfortunately, as I've said before, it's been very, very quiet since the Burning Claw drop. Nothing to show for, unfortunately. Well, I guess except for the EXP, because the EXP here is absolutely insane. Over 1k Slayer EXP per Tormented Demon. Our total KC right now is 334. So actually another 166, if I can do math correctly, until we hit rate. We are coming towards the end of the task now, and by the time we're finished, we would be at 451 KC. So unless we get a Tormented Synapse between now and then, we will be leaving another task empty-handed. Now we're still shy, or we're still going to be shy, of the 500 mark, which is the drop rate. And I know someone out there is going to suggest or comment, hey, why didn't you use slaughter bracelets? And to answer that, quite frankly, I was just too lazy. Here we are, finishing our Tormented Demons task. 233 greater demons, bringing us to a total of 451. Unfortunately, no Tormented Synapse. I guess we will visit Kurdel real quick, see if we can get a back-to-back task. If not, we will have to reassess what we want to do. 210 Sukas, we will definitely not be doing that. So unfortunately, we did not get the back-to-back task. With that being said though, I think we are going to be moving on from Tormented Demons now. This is the beauty of playing a main normal account. We can do the grinds if we want, we can give it a try anyways, and if we don't feel like doing any more, well, we can simply go to the Grand Exchange and buy it. There's definitely a balance between playing a main account and playing the Iron Man account. Both things can be rewarding, it's not one or the other. In the next video, we're going to be looking towards Yama. Now when it comes to Yama, there is one upgrade that we must go get ourselves, whether we are a main account or an Iron Man, and that is the upgrade to Death Charge, turning it into double Death Charge. An absolutely massive upgrade that we need on any account, to be honest. Beyond getting double Death Charge, Yama also offers us the Soul Flame Horn, which is very useful in team raid settings, as well as the obvious Oath Plate armor. What's the point in getting Radiant Oath Plate if we don't have the Oath Plate? We can start stocking up on some of the contracts ourselves, although I do imagine we're going to end up buying a lot of them, and just in general, get familiar with Yama once again. Don't get me wrong, the difference between farming regular Yama versus doing the contracts for Radiant Oath Plate is probably night and day, but hey, you know, you gotta get used to doing solo Yama nonetheless.